So now we're on to our second shape mini piece, and for this piece of artwork we are going to explore pen. Now the negative of pen is that you can't rub it out if you make a mistake, so just to start off with, what we're going to do is use pencil to get our shapes correct, and then we can go over the top in pen. So we can see here, this is a photograph of thorns that you would find on a plant such as a rose. So I think the easiest area to start off with on this is just getting that nice horizontal line. It's not exactly halfway in the box, it's about. Then I'm just pressing gently with my pencil. The next easiest thing I think is this thorn here, because it's right next to the edge. It's a bit of a semicircle shape. Then I'm just going to mark out where these shapes go. We're trying to be accurate here and observe shape closely. So this one here, I would say starts about here, and then it ends about there. If this is halfway in the box, yep, it just goes a little bit past it. And then this one here, if that's halfway in the box, it goes from there to right near, but not touching that side of the box. The tip of this thorn, it goes right up and it nearly touches. I'm just going to find the halfway that line of that box. It's going about there. So now I'm very lightly just going to sketch out, and I might have to rub this out a few times just while I'm working out my accuracy. I can see that it curves out, in and out. So out, in and out. And then on this bit, it's quite skinny at the top, that spike. It comes round and then it bulges out over here. But we lose it behind the other thorn. There we go. And I might change that in a little bit if I need to. So this one here, the thorn's in the middle, and it goes to about there. So it bulges out, in, out. Out, in. Something like that. I can see this one, I might have to make it a little bit wider. And I'll keep changing that shape as I'm working. So this one goes in. And then out. Like that. And I'm just looking for a rubber, so I'm going to get rid of this line here. And I'm just going to sharpen my pencil because my lines are quite thick and I can't be as precise as I'm wanting to be. Oh, and it's broken. Just use this one. So once you have figured out your shapes and you're quite happy with them, and just check the rounded parts at the bottom, because this one it comes out and goes in and then out. So out, in and then out. So I want to be precise with my shapes. If you're not precise with your shapes, your drawing might not look like what it's supposed to look like. So there we go, I've got my sketched outline. And now I'm going to go in with my pen. that background tone is extremely dark, so we're going to use shading. I am just going to be working with lines here. So when you are shading with the lines, if you want something to look dark, and I'm curving all of my lines around the shapes because that's just good practice of shading. If you want something to look dark, you're going to layer them lines lots and lots. And I might even go in different directions once I've got my base tone. So there we go. I want it to be much darker, so I'm going to go over the top in a different direction, and I'm just going to layer the lines. I'll zoom in so that you can see what I'm doing. So there I've got a really dark tone in the background. Now I'm going to get a tone in on top of the thorn, but nowhere near as dark as what that background is. So I'm going to press lighter with my pen, and I'm also going to use less lines. And I'm just going to look closely at the different tones that I can see and add the tone where it is on the picture. And I'm just being sketchy with that. We can see here that the shading and the detail in that stem part, the lines are going in this direction here. So I'm going to follow that. And where it's darker, just like I said before, I'm going to put more lines. This time I might not go in different directions, just so that it sets out and makes that stem stand out from the background. I don't want it to merge into the background. I'm going to put in a few lighter lines, and where it's really dark, just keep layering it. So there we go with that. And remember, it is good practice to curve around the shapes where possible, just to give a sense of form. Form means that something's 3D, three-dimensional. And then I'm going to go back into that background. Taking care near the edges. Playing around with like cross hatching, going in different directions in the background. And there we go, we've got a tonal drawing using pen that focuses on shape.